Oh my goodness, this episode was crazy. If you're new to my channel, we're talking about the Hulk. Bruce Banner thought it was a smart idea to transform his mindscape into a freaking battleship, crossing an interdimensional portal, which leads him to another dimension where Bruce Banner is not the Hulk, but most people on Earth are. And this episode, we see the greatest fight so far of this series. We start off this episode with President Thunderbolt Ross, the man who is in charge of eradicating and practically destroying this world. We follow him and his secretary, informing him that there was a gamma signature they do not recognize, meaning he has finally noticed the presence of our Bruce. And he's excited. He says, "Call the army, get everyone. I want to watch this myself." This is where we find out what really happened to the heroes of this universe. Tony Stark's company failed because of the discovery of gamma radiation. Nobody wanted his tech because his tech was in the past. His company crashed. He fell into alcoholism. Matter of fact, he died because of alcoholism. His company still made weaponry, and this weaponry was used to wipe out mutant kind. I mean, literally, they wiped out everyone. They killed every single mutant you could think about. This world was dark. And when they realized that this was too slow, the US government decided, all right, let's nuke their building. And they nuked Professor Xavier's school. Reading this, Bruce couldn't believe his eyes. Jesus Christ, what happened to the world? This is barbaric. Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Moon Knight, Blade, what happened to everyone? But the Bruce of this world is confused. You can list all the names you could possibly think of, but I do not know these people. Bruce just gave up and was like, fine. The Hulk never needed anyone to begin with. And before they could move ahead, the alerts came on. Someone was approaching his base. We then see the Bruce of this world clearly panicking, saying they found us, we need to hide. But our Bruce is excited. Matter of fact, he is actually happy. He bumps and jumps around like a freaking toddler towards the door and breaks it apart with his bare hands, excited to see the army standing before him. Look at that. You should have brought everyone. Standing before a freaking armada. He said, I got this. Let me do my thing. The Bruce of this world made it clear that he has to be careful, that this world is different from his, but our Bruce was too confident because this was the Hulk. He's the strongest there is. He cracked a smile and said, I've battled Ross before and I always won. Let me do my thing. Jumping forward with his jetpack on his back, he cranked his level to level 2, smiling and jumping down to attack. Hulk smash. But he failed to take into account that this world is a gamma world. Every, or rather most people here were Hulklings, and the government was still in charge. Do you know what that means? That means the government has a way to battle Hulks. And for some reason, the smart genius that is Bruce Banner forgot that simple fact. He found out the hard way, the Swiss cheese way. They plucked him full of holes, and inside his mindscape, he was taking critical damage. So he decided to crank up the level, past level 3 to level 4. And we see the Hulk in his battery cage battling the monsters, which is level 2. But in level 4, things are different. The Hulk is not fighting no kaijus, no big ass monsters. Turning back to see his new opponents, he smiled. The Hulk smiled because standing before him was the zombie herd of the Marvel zombies. And these people were all the Avengers, his supposed friends. This is where we realize that in a sick way, the Hulk's true heaven is the world where he gets to destroy the Avengers with his own hands because he went in. In the real world, we see Bruce starting to gather energy, chanting his mantra as the Hulk went crazy in his mindscape, killing every Avenger, which powered up the Hulk in the real world. So his energy was rising. Even Ross was confused because this guy was taking the hits and healing super fast. Where every Avenger he killed in his mindscape, he got extra stronger. Now, Bruce's mind fortress was perfect. He was strong. Seeing the chaos brought about, the other Bruce was scared. What have I unleashed? He was watching on the screen as the Hulk decimated all of the forces the US government brought forward. But President Ross doesn't give up. So he called Bruce directly and told him to call off his monster and surrender, or else the boy falls. You have 10 seconds. And we see that the boy standing before him with the bag over his head, he was about to be thrown off the plane. Who is that boy, you may ask? Chill. The Bruce of this world tried to plead, but Ross wasn't hearing it. You have 10 seconds, or the boy falls. The Bruce of this world tried to make contact with our Bruce going crazy in the form of the Hulk. But the thing is, in level 4, it's really hard to tell the Hulk to chill. He couldn't do it in time. The Hulk was enjoying himself killing all the Avengers. He called and called, but nah, it was too late. With one kick, the president's secret weapon was unleashed, and Bruce knew at that moment it was about to be over. He made contact with our Bruce, telling him to run away, that they killed him. Our Bruce asked him, who did they kill? This is when we find out who that person in the mask was. Because at that moment, Bruce Banner tells Bruce Banner that his name was Peter. He got bitten by a radioactive spider and got infected by the gamma blast. So he's a Hulk. Our Bruce, realizing that sounds very familiar, asks him again, that radioactive spider, what type of radiation is coming off of that kid? This is when we see this monstrosity standing before the Hulk. Towering before the Hulk was a Spider-Man Hulk merge. This guy looked dangerous, and I cannot wait for you guys to see this monstrosities fight. Like and subscribe for more videos. God bless.